Hello there, welcome to the Football Bloc. My name is Brandon, and today we're going to look ahead to the 2021 Arab Cup Semifinals, and I'm going to give you my predictions. If that sounds interesting, then let's hop right into it.
One step beyond.
So again, welcome to the Summer Football Fest presented to you by the Football Bloc. So the semifinals of the 2021 Arab Cup are finally here, and we have four pretty good teams left in Tunisia, Egypt, Qatar, and Algeria, as you can see here on my screen. The first match will be Tunisia versus Egypt, and then Qatar versus Algeria in the same day, a few hours later. As you can see so far, this is their path that they got here. Tunisia defeated Oman. Qatar completely obliterated their rival, UAE. And then Egypt overcame Jordan, in my opinion. They got a little lucky there. And then Algeria did just enough to overcome Morocco. Now, when it comes to the first match, we have Tunisia versus Egypt. I think that Tunisia has overall been the better team than Egypt. Egypt were good, pretty good in the group stage, but they were really unconvincing against Jordan in the quarterfinals. In my opinion, Jordan outplayed them for a majority of the match, and I think that Jordan probably deserved to win, but Egypt did just enough to hold out for extra time. And by the time extra time came around, Egypt had a lot more players to call upon. They just have a lot more talent in their squad, which ended up winning the game for them. And that was enough against Jordan, but I don't think that'll be enough against Tunisia. Tunisia played pretty good against Oman. They won 2-1. It could have been a lot more. So they have Jaziri, who is the top scorer of the tournament so far with 4 goals. They seem to be an attack-minded team, but they aren't the most efficient when it comes to finishing their chances, which could come back to bite them. But when it comes to this game, I just think that Tunisia is much stronger than Egypt overall, just in form. Maybe not in terms of talent, but just in form currently. So I think that Tunisia will overcome Egypt 2-0. It's not going to be a blowout or anything like that, but I think Tunisia will be comfortable winners. On to the next match, Qatar versus Algeria. Now, I think that these are the two best teams in the tournament up until this point. It's a shame we're seeing it in a semifinal, not the final, because I think both Qatar and Algeria are a class above Tunisia and Egypt in this tournament, at least. And Algeria was really good in the group stage, and then they went up against Morocco, who was, up until that point, in my opinion, the best team in the whole tournament, and then were able to defeat them, and defeat them on penalties, at least. And then Qatar, the host nation, they had sort of a rocky start in the group stage. They still won all their games, but they didn't play that great. But then they really flipped it on in the knockout stages with a 5-0 drubbing of UAE, who is their hated rival. Now, just as the quarterfinal between Morocco and Algeria, which could have gone either way, I think this game will pretty much be the same. I think that Qatar have just as much of a chance to go through as Algeria. And I'm going to say that Qatar is going to tie Algeria 1-1 after regulation time, and then after extra time, neither team will score, and it's going to go to penalties. And I think that with the home crowd behind Qatar, with all the positive pressure in this case of being the home nation, that's just going to do it for them. The goalkeeper is going to do great. Their penalty takers seem pretty efficient so far, and they're going to overcome Algeria on penalties. So, like I said, really close game, not much to separate the two teams. I wouldn't be surprised to see Algeria go through in a similar manner. They have a lot of very talented players in their squad, even though they aren't able to call upon their European-based players, which is a shame for the tournament overall. But in the end, I think that it'll be Qatar versus Tunisia in the final, which will be a pretty interesting final to see. I think that this Qatari team has been preparing to make the final. Anything other than a win in this tournament will be considered a disappointment. So I think that extra pressure will just be able to push them through, not just in this game, but in the eventual final overall if they make it that far, which, again, I think they will. So anyway, guys, that has been my predictions for the FIFA 2021 Arab Cup Semifinals. Let me know what your predictions are in the comments below. Let me know if you agree. Do you think that Algeria are going to make it through? Do you think that Egypt are much better than I think they are? Do you think that I'm underselling them a little bit? But anyway, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Brandon. This has been the Summer Football Fest in December. And hope you guys have a nice rest of your night.
One step beyond.